Hey there, I'm back and welcome to the Cult of Cinema. I am Aaron and we are going to do a huge unboxing day, basically 32 titles. So if you are into my old video, I was upstairs and I wanted to be here in the movie library for this video. This was going to be like, good. This is a big one. This is actually a huge video. Now, I have these titles here, courtesy of my friends over at, hey there, Richard, I am back. I do apologize from before. Of my friends over there at Millcreek. And basically, what happened, long time no see, Chris, is that there's a title that I was having trouble getting at Hey Cinematheque with Amazon. And I reached out to Millcreek. I reached out to Barrett and I asked him, is there any way you can help me search out this title? Because I was having some issues. And I mentioned it on Twitter before. They were like super cool to me. I was surprised they knew the channel, they knew who I was, and Barrett said, "Let me send you the title, and give me your address. I'll put a couple other things in there for you. And is there anything that you need?" Hey there, Joseph. I said, "Well, there's a couple things that I'm looking for, but overall, surprise me." So I expected, maybe I'd get like 3 or 4 things come in the mail. So I get a UPS notification earlier on this week. And it said at the time, it said package £7. And I'm like, that sounds like more than a couple titles. So I figured maybe it was like they had it wrong, or maybe there was like there's something that I that I kind of mixed up. Anyway, so if you don't know who Millcreek is, by the way, Millcreek Entertainment, Millcreek's been around for a long time, and I've been collecting a lot of their stuff since the very beginning. Hey, Petey, do you remember Shokan Medical Center? Actually, I kind of do. So I've been collecting them since the beginning, and the way that Millcreek has grown in over the last couple of years, especially. Hey there, Amir. Hey from Canada. It's been insane. It has been insanely great. I've been looking at certain titles, and this is what they sent me. I'm not okay. Oops. Oh no, it's not. Well, sometimes I have trouble with my Wi-Fi signal, but that wasn't the reason. Basically, I came downstairs. I wanted to make this one here. This is a special video. I wanted to make it in the movie library. So I'm just going to start. I got like DVDs and Blu-rays, a bunch of different things. You ready to jump right into it? Are you guys ready? Are you sure? Because I'm not going to go until you guys say that you are ready to start this video. All right, Robert. Hey, Robert, welcome. It's been a long time, man. Okay, so I don't know what order to go in. I'm just going to go. I got some random stuff here and some stuff, like a lot of stuff I'm super excited about. I got to open up your comment section, guys, because I really am missing out on what you guys are saying. And I do apologize because that is not the way I roll. Well, actually, this was review copies in the future, hopefully. I'm actually still working on that. But see, out of all the companies, out of all companies that are out there, one of the things that I have to say is that they're so eclectic with what they put out. And you see, like, they'll put out something, and then like you'll see like another company will put out other stuff as well. Like kind of similar stuff. You'll see what I mean anyway. But let's go with, I want to go with like the cheesy stuff first, and then we'll get into the Blu-rays and that. I want to like save some of the big stuff. A couple of these DVDs I'm actually super stoked for. And I'll get to those. But first, we'll go with the stuff that I don't know. Oh man, they have it has been insane. The stuff that they're doing right now, like Millcreek has gone from doing like just the regular 50 packs and like the 10 packs and the stuff you would find. Like they started out originally kind of like targeting like unusual areas like grocery stores and places like that before they went like to Walmart and Amazon and stuff. And that was a really smart move because it let people outside of the basic like comfort zone like know exactly who they were. And they've made deals for like TV shows and series and films. They put out a lot of stuff, and they produce stuff as well. Well, most companies do region, kind of like region like locked sets, and there's a reason for that. Basically, it's because DVDs and Blu-rays most of the time are region locked. Sometimes you'll find ones that aren't region locked, but no company does that. Yeah, if you luck into it, a lot of times that's fantastic. But it all depends on like what they have the rights for. So if they have the rights for worldwide rights, Snow White: A Tale of Terror is what I'm very excited about. But let's go. There's some really freaky stuff here. Some stuff I really don't know, and some stuff that I really do know and I want to get into. So let's go. Let's go. So Transit 17. I have no idea what this is. It's basically and again, it's like a DVD and digital. Hey there, Steve. But it's odd and it's unusual, and it's one of those kind of like those lower budget titles that honestly I love. So I got a feeling it's gonna be something that I'm gonna be into, and I'm just gonna go things that I'm not gonna do anything in like in a certain order. But if you want to see the big stuff, you gotta wait because that doesn't come first. That comes after. Next one that I found interesting, I actually did look at the trailer for this one because it was kind of neat. It was called Pagan Warrior. And the thing I liked about it was there's this like kind of creature guy there. So I'm not quite sure if it's a horror film or an action film or maybe a bit of both. But don't worry, there will be movies here that you guys will know. Really cool movies. And I have Mad About You complete series. I don't, which I wish I did though. This is Woman on the Edge. Oh, Rumor Willis. I saw the trailer for this one. This one really does intrigue me. Basically, this girl is a reporter. Rumor Willis, the daughter of Bruce Willis, and she sees this girl like commit suicide, jumps off the edge of a building, and the girl happens to be her sister. She's reporting it, and it looks like that what seemed at first to be a suicide is actually, hey there, Brian. We got Brian here from Just the Disc and Pure Cinema Podcast, which you guys should be subscribed to. Looks to be like a serial killer. Canada is Region A. Though I have a region-free player, so I'm good either way. If you can do it, Amir, I recommend a region-free player. This one is a limited edition called Penance. A neat cast, actually. Michael Rooker's in this one. Tony Todd, James Zavall. I watched the trailer for this one. It looks pretty sick and twisted. So that's kind of up my alley. This could be a Halloween type one. This actually could. DVDs before Blu-rays. Again, I love this story. I haven't seen this version of it, but The Seawolf with Neve Campbell. By the way, if anybody out there has been complaining because like Scream 5 has have been casting people that they say are like kind of CW actors, because it's like Selena Gomez and all those things, then I might want to remind you that when Scream came out, this girl here, Neve Campbell, she was on Party of Five, which was one of those channels programs. So there you go. But Seawolf, loved Jack London Tale, so I'm digging that. I want to leave some of the stuff. I want to leave certain things. I tell that. Girl in the Mirror, I know nothing about. And who's in this one? I have no idea. I don't even know. Haven't even seen the trailer for this one yet. But it's a horror film. I love horror. I asked to send me a couple things that I didn't know. If they could send me some stuff that really kind of be different, kind of surprised me. Man, did they do that? So, The Girl in the Crawl Space, which is about a girl that was kidnapped. The William Castle features are actually really good. My dad swears by them. He has all the William Castle features, and he's got the Hammer ones too. My dad is a huge Millcreek fan. He's got a ton of their stuff, especially their Blu-rays. He's got a lot of their Blu-rays. Now you assume we're going to get into stuff I'm going to like stop and talk about, because like some of these here I haven't seen yet, and if ones here are really good, I'll actually I'll do reviews on them down the road. But especially if it's restricted area, and it has Sean C. Phillips, otherwise known as Cool Duder. So he's done a few horror films, and he's in this one. Now from here on out, a lot of this stuff is stuff that I know and I can talk about. So that was like the kind of like the fringe part of the stuff that I didn't know. So now we can get into some more of the other stuff. First off, there's this. I am a huge fan of Burt Reynolds, so this really excited me. I got a lot of Burt Reynolds in my collection. I don't have switching channels. Hey, there's some. I don't have the Man Who Loved Women. I don't have Physical Evidence, and I don't have Seamus. These are 4 Burt Reynolds films I needed that weren't in my collection. I love all these films. Switching channels as Christopher Reeve in it, and I'm a big fan of that, because Switching Channels is a remake of God, what's it called again? It's killing me, guys. What's Switching Channels remake of again? An old like classic like screwball comedy, but incredible. We got like Kathleen Turner in Switching Channels. I think she's switched, right? Yeah, we got Kathleen Turner Switching Channels. Julie Andrews in The Man Who Loved Women. There's Teresa Russell. I love Teresa Russell in Physical Evidence. That's one I'm probably most excited about. And in Seamus, we have Diane Cannon. So there you go. I'm a huge Burt Reynolds fan. I always have been. So to have these in my collection, that's kind of a big thing for me. All right, next one is the only documentary that we got in this collection, in this here. And I'm a big thank you, Robert Harding. You rock. See, Robert Harding gets special cool points for knowing that it's a remake of The Front Page and His Girl Friday, which I should have known. But Robert Harding did. Robert Harding had my back. Becoming Evil serial killer. So they've done a few of these Becoming Evil documentary sets. I was actually going to pick this up the other day. I was on Amazon and I was looking at it. So I'm kind of glad I didn't pick it up right now because I got to come. And it's 7 episodes in the set. And I love their documentaries. They got one for like the mafia, and like there's a few others. But I showed my mom like this, and like I sent her a picture of it, and she wants to watch it when she comes out. So that'll be cool. My mom loves this type of stuff. My mom's usually like serial killer fan. That sounds wrong. You know what I mean? Mom likes like most moms, she likes those like serial killer type movies. All right. Super stoked about this one, and I love the fact that a lot of these, by the way, Millcreek has their movie spree service. So basically, when you buy a lot of Millcreek releases, they come with digital codes. So if you got Movie Spree, download it. You put the digital code on Movie Spree, and you can go and you can watch the movies when you're traveling too. So if you don't have them with you, hey there, Scudder. You can watch them then on movies, TV shows. So you can have like complete TV shows that are downloaded. You can check out. So this one here is Chillers, and it was a British like horror series hosted by Anthony Perkins with a ton of like big actors in this one. They only mentioned a couple here, but there's a lot more. Ian McShane, Tuesday Weld, Ian Holm, Bill Nighy, I see if I get that right. Ian Richardson, Marissa Berenson, like more, like a ton more. So basically, Patricia Highsmith, who wrote, of course, Talented Mr. Ripley and Strangers on a Train. This was like a series based on her work, and definitely worth checking out. All 12 episodes are on here. I think it's on it's on 2 discs, and there is a digital code for it as well. So not only do you get to watch it at your home, it's a good like thing for like the 31 Days of Horror. Say if you want to start it with like kind of like a palate cleanser, watch an episode of Chiller, watch a film, do it like that. You finally caught an early stream, Amy. Yes, that's a big one too. I have a lot of stuff to unbox there, but this I'm super excited about. This is the first one of the first things I looked at. I was like, oh my god! But you're not going to believe the one that in the DVD that I'm most excited about. Spree is Millcreek's digital service. It is, and I've used it a lot actually. Chillers is fun. I mean, like I enjoy that one, and it's definitely worth checking out. Okay. This is one I didn't know existed. I'm so glad it did. Does because I like action films, and I like a certain type of action films. Actually, Ragman, you weren't here for the beginning of the video. Actually, these are ones that the Millcreek actually sent out to me. But most of these here were movies that I had. I have. Does anybody else do this? Do you go to your Amazon page, and you got like a list of like you got a bunch of lists of like movies that you plan on picking up and buying, and you're like, okay, every once in a while I'm going to take movies like as you know, as they lower in price or that it looks like they're going to go to stock, and I'm going to just because they're in your list, so you know when they go down. More than 32 when you think about like the sets. So this here is Sweating Bullets. There are 10 movies here. But what I like about this is a 10 movie set that doesn't have the regular stuff that you normally see. This isn't like a lot of the early stuff. We have like Across the Line from 2000, Fatal Combat with Jeff Wincott. I love Jeff Wincott. Canadian, represent. From 1995, Interaction, here from like 1996, Fugitive Rage with Wendy Schumacher, and Shannon O'Brien. I love Shannon O'Brien. From 1996, Maximum Rage from 96. We got Me and the Mob here from 92. The Night Never Sleeps got Armand Asante and Eric Roberts from 2012. Rapid Assault with Tim Abel is from 1997. I remember that one actually. Shades with Mickey Rourke is done from 1999. And Yesterday's Target with Malcolm McDowell and Stacey Hadiak. You guys know I like Stacey Hadiak because I've talked to you about that certain Vinegar Syndrome title that I like so much. Done in 1996. So that's 10 like 1990s, like the 2000s era action films. And you guys know from like the stuff that I review and when I talked about the LA Wars and stuff like that, that's kind of my jam. All right, now alongside of that is a 10 pack of horror. And by the way, these ones are not just, these are all used on the movie spree as well. So it's DVD and digital. A lot of like Blu-rays coming too, by the way, guys. So this is The Deadly Place. And again, you get like a lot of different stuff here. You're Driving Me Crazy from 1990 with Norman Fell. Mr. Roper, I'm kind of curious about that one. He's actually done two here. With Friends Like These, a 1990 anthology film, which I have never seen, narrated by Norman Fell. There is Tunnels with Catherine Bach and the late John Saxon from 1988. Shrunken Heads, which I'm pretty sure is a Full Moon production. Well, yeah, it is, with Meg Foster. Grimm. Wow, okay, Grimm is here. From 1995. I remember having the VHS of Grimm. Don't Go in the House from 1980. Deadly Instincts from 1997. The Dead Hate the Living. Oh, cool, I love The Dead Hate the Living. From 1999. Day of the Animals. I've been looking for a copy of that because Blu-ray one is that I can't find it, from 1977. And Cardiac Arrest with Max Gall. If you're a General Hospital fan, he's probably breaking your heart right now in General Hospital. And Fred Ward, and that is from 2004. So again, it's a 10 pack. So it's a 10 films, all horror, all different stuff. Not a lot of like the really early stuff that you used to see. You want to know what I'm excited about? Before I get into the Blu-rays, there's a lot of Blu-rays and stuff I'm excited about. But you want to know the DVD that aside, I think the action one so far is the one I'm most excited about with the DVDs. Until I came across this one. So are you ready? And I'm not joking. Are you ready for this? Because I'm actually super excited for this double feature. Like, super excited for this double feature. Prepare to judge me. But back in 1996, there was like a TV film that me and a lot of people dug. It became kind of a guilty pleasure type of thing. And apparently in 2016, they did like a sequel or a remake of it. Stacey Hadiak is Luther the Geek. She's very much Luther the Geek. And it's Mother May I Sleep with Danger. Remember this one? So if you're like my era or maybe even a little bit younger than me, you're probably going to remember the Tori Spelling. Like, you know, she gets with this guy and he's like really turns out to be not a very good guy. And it's one of those kind of like those really cool, kind of like cheesy TV movies that sticks with you. It's kind of like if you're younger and you remember like the one where you know she's she's a hitchhiking and horrible things happen. But so Mother May Sleep with Danger was 1996. James Franco did a sequel slash remake. Well, really, it's a sequel. Oh yeah, exactly. Did you know there was a sequel, Robert? Did a sequel to this one. So the first one is like very much like the be careful the guy you go with, movie of the week type of thing. He could be dangerous. He might have anger issues. All right, but so get ready, Robert, because the sequel done in 2016. By the way, James Franco didn't just make it; he's in the film. It's a vampire film. So I'm gonna let that sink in for a second. The 2016 one, Tori Spelling's the mom in this one. She was like the. It's a vampire film. It's a lesbian vampire film. And I cannot wait to rewatch both of these. And I can say, probably with 100% certainty, you can bet that this is going to hit my 31 Days of Horror as reviewing the double feature. That's awesome. It's like, I love the way the cover's done. When I saw the title, I know, Robert, I know. It's like Mother May Sleep with Danger. I said, no, it can't be. It can't be the same film. And I take it out, and it's like Mother May Sleep with Danger double feature, and I'm like, there's a second one? They did another Mother May Sleep with Danger. Then I figured, okay, it'll just be a straightforward remake. Maybe came in the 2000s. It's an easy one to do over again. It's an easy Lifetime movie to redo. But no, from like really mean, hateful boyfriend to lesbian vampire girlfriend. Yeah, kids say this is lit. Is my excitement for that like coming across? Because that blows my friggin' mind. So if you don't have Mother May I Sleep with Danger double feature, I will be doing it during the 31 Days of Horror. So definitely try and check it out. I gotta say, it's probably not an expensive title to grab. So if you want me looking for stuff that I'm doing, I like horror, action, science fiction, but 90s horror I do actually. You know, there's a time I didn't. In the 90s, I was like, well, this is not as good as the 80s stuff. But I kind of grew up and grabbed that. All right, so some really cool stuff here. First off, the VHS Blu-ray for Silent Rage with Chuck Norris. You guys know I love this film. It's I like the fact that there's a difference in the artwork. That's actually kind of cool. Not big difference in that one, but it's definitely a difference. Howdy. Exactly. I love that film. It's like what we get if we took Chuck Norris and Halloween and put them together. We get Silent Rage. I'm a huge fan of this. Okay, you can judge me. I like Sheena. I like all the versions of Sheena. The 1950s version of Sheena, the Gina Lee Nolan version of Sheena, and I especially love the Tanya Roberts version of Sheena because, look, how can you not love that? It's Tanya Roberts, guys. Donovan Scott's in this as well. Ted Wass from the dad from Blossom, actually. Like she is. Look, utterly gorgeous. And I'm a huge Sheena fan, so that was a giant one. What order am I going to do this in? Just randomly, I guess. So this is one that I had no idea what Sam, how you were in Beastmaster. Did you hear that Beastmaster actually, Amy, that Don Coscarelli got the rights back to Beastmaster, but it looks like the transfer has been lost. The original negative has been lost. He's trying to find it. So that's a shame. So this one I don't know. I'm curious because I like the cast for sure, and that is the White Crane Chronicles. Amy, do you know this one? And it is David Carradine and Daryl Hannah, and it's a period piece actually. It's set back in China in 1929, and it's largely like an Asian cast. I think that Daryl Hannah and David Carradine may actually be the only like actors that aren't Asian in it. The Kill Bill duo. Actually, yeah. Why didn't I think of that? Uh, White Crane Chronicles Kung Fu Killer Parts 1 and 2. So I guess maybe it was two films. Uh, so they're both here anyway. Over 3 hours long. Now here's a couple of films that I kind of remember from back in the day. And it's a double feature that I'm kind of excited that to have. It's more of a drama double feature, which is different for me, but I kind of like dig that. And it's Reservation Road. Well, it's kind of a Joaquin Phoenix double feature, and Return to Paradise. So of course that has Mark Ruffalo, pre-Hulk days. And have you guys seen these films? So Reservation Road, if I remember correctly, because it's been a long time since I've seen it, is Joaquin Phoenix's son disappears pretty much, and he kind of figures that his son was ran over by Mark Ruffalo's character. So things start to unravel for both families, and he wants revenge. Pretty much, it's a drama. It's a good one. It's done by the director of Hotel Rwanda. So I'm really kind of interested in checking that one out again. Return to Paradise, I don't remember very well. Is this one based on a true story? Because it seems like it would be a true story one. So Vince Vaughn and Anne Heche are kind of like the big stars of this one. Like he's in like I think Joaquin Phoenix is in prison through a lot of this film. If I remember it correctly. So basically, these three guys are in Malaysia, and they got a bunch of hashish, and one guy gets arrested for it. The other two guys, they pretty much get away. So his girlfriend something. So Han Heche comes to them, goes to the guys, and pretty much it's 5 days before he's going to be hung. So he's going to be hung over there, and unless the two other people that were involved with the drugs will go back and take their punishment basically, and then nobody's getting hung. Tense little film, and I remember really liking this film. Actually, really liking both of these films, and that's one of the things that I love about this company is you'll find stuff like Mother May I Sleep with Danger, wow, and you'll find stuff like this, and with some the great Academy Award winning actors and really great films, and often films that were popular back in the day that just kind of slipped under the radar, and that really do need to be rediscovered. And this is a way to rediscover them. So next up is a Wesley Snipes double feature. They're worth checking out. A Dungeon. If you like the style of film, look at the trailers. Great cast, great acting. The Contractor and The Fan. Now, I don't remember The Contractor so much, but I do remember The Fan because a lot of people hate on this film, but I love Robert De Niro in The Fan. Does anybody remember The Fan? The California Kid. I see, that's it. You never know what's going to stick with you. Because pretty much so Wesley Snipes is a popular baseball player. He's not doing too well. He's having a bit of a kind of going through a rut. And there's this really obsessed baseball player that kind of makes his way into Wesley Snipes' life. And it's kind of neat. I mean, I don't remember The Contractor either, so that's going to be a neat one. This might be a blind spot for me. And let's see. So Lena Headey from Game of Thrones is in The Contractor. So that's, and by the way, so is Charles Dance, also from Game of Thrones. So there are two Game of Thrones actors in The Contractor. So that's actually going to be kind of neat to check out. And it looks like it was shot in London. So definitely excited about that. But in The Fan, he's like, he's hanging out with Wesley Snipes and he's so excited about it. And I think the thing is basically, if I remember, it's been a long time, that he asked Wesley Snipes how he, how did you get over your rut and something? Well, I stopped caring about baseball. So I just started playing. I just stopped caring. And that he takes a total offense to the fact that he's such a big baseball fanatic, and Wesley Snipes his idol. He's stopped caring. I know this. Ready for some 90s cheese? Some 90s comedy cheese. One of these I actually really, really like. Mo Money and High School High, which I got to rewatch these. I remember liking Mo Money. I don't remember High School High very much. I remember like certain it's by the Zuckers, I think. They worked. I'm sure the Zuckers worked on this. Yeah, produced by the Zuckers. Oh, okay. So another reason to check this out, Hart Bachner. So you guys heard me talking about like the urban legend films and Terror Train. And Hart Bachner, son of Lloyd Bachner, was like, he was the jerk that causes everything to go wrong in Terror Train, and he's kind of like, he's the film professor in Urban Legend 2. So he directed High School High. I did not know that. Until right now, I had no clue that he was the director. I knew that the Zuckers worked on it, and I thought that they really kind of like that they probably directed it too. But Hart Bachner directed this one, so that gets my interest even more. So last double feature before we go into the single feature stuff is this one right here, and this one had my better half squealing with joy because she loves this type of stuff, and is the H-Man and Battle in Outer Space. I love the old school artwork on this. Sci-fi double feature. I think these are both Toho films, if I remember correctly. Yeah, they are both Toho films. So Toho monster films, you guys know I'm a huge fan of like Kaiju and Takatsu, so you guys know this is my jam. Totally my jam. How I do not already have this is baffling. But this was a more recent release. I think this one came out this year. We had this release on order. But excellent, excellent. I cannot wait to watch this. Now a couple, we're almost up to a couple that I didn't realize that were even out. So here's one that I haven't seen yet, but I really did want to see, because I'm looking at the trailers and I love the actress in this film. I ordered the Gamma set, but I didn't get it come yet, and I'm nervous that Amazon has messed it up on me. Oh, Robert, damn, you're leaving me for all the really good stuff. Like, well, there's really good stuff there, but even like, I got some Ultraman. Just saying. Trapped. Very excited about this one. I've seen the trailers of this one. I haven't seen the film. I've seen actually another one that was on my list of ones to buy. I'm a big Stuart Townsend fan. Courtney Love. I'm a huge fan of Hole, the band, and I like Courtney Love. Ghost Dog Criterion. Not bad. I mean, like, I don't think any of the Criterions this month, like, really, I'm glad there's a big box set coming. I'm glad about that. Fellini, I'll eventually get that. But the Criterion ones didn't. They kind of left me feeling, it's okay, but it's not like, it's the end of the year and, like, you're putting out the other stuff, you know what I mean? Kevin Bacon, in this one with of course Charlize Theron, and super excited to check this one out. When did this one come out? Did this come in 2002 and I still haven't seen it? Okay, so I've missed this one. I thought this was more of a modern release because I haven't seen it. The next two films I did not know were on Blu-ray, and I'm very excited about the next two films because I'm a big fan. Well, I saw Eddie Macon's run in theater back in the day. When did this one come out? It gotta be like late 70s, early 80s. It can't be like 83. Okay, 83. Yeah, that tracks. So Eddie Macon's run stars John Snyder and Kirk Douglas. I really like this movie, and you know, especially when I was young, I went to the theater and I saw this, and I remember when it came out on VHS. I remember like I'll get into that other stuff afterwards. I'm gonna go through the unboxing, then I'll answer questions. Yeah, I did not know this was out on Blu-ray, but I'm excited because I haven't seen this since VHS days. I used to rent this on VHS. I was a big John Snyder fan. You know, I liked him in Smallville as well. But don't worry, I won't forget your question. But in case I do, remind me. Kick my butt if I don't. And this, Heroes, Henry Winkler, Sally Fields, and Harrison Ford. Anybody know this film? Now, Heath did a really good review on this one. And I had completely forgot this film existed. But I can't wait to watch it. Yeah, I mean, like it's I think Henry Winkler and Harrison Ford. I think they're in the war together. Like there's like deals with PTSD. Like early one dealing with that. Scotto, you might like it actually. I'm actually going to read the plot thingy because I can. Henry Winkler and Sally Field play two off-center characters who find love when they least expect it in the moving comedy Heroes. Jack, Henry Winkler's character, is a troubled yet high-spirited Vietnam vet who embarks on a cross-country odyssey to open a worm farm and improve his own self-worth. En route, he befriends Carol, who is attempting to sort things out before she marries an old flame. Their laugh and tear-filled adventures include a high-speed run-in with a footloose army buddy played by Harrison Ford, become the life-affirming story of two people who find themselves when they find each other. Excellent film. Check this out. Ready for some cool cheese? Because these next ones here, this is what a lot of you guys come for. I know. I know the movies, the type of movies you guys come for on my channel sometimes. So let's get into it. This is the Dallas Connection, and Andy Sidaris one. This is my first Andy Sidaris Blu-ray. You're gonna like this, Amy. I am a huge fan of Sidaris. You guys know I talk about him on the channel a bit. No, these are not featureless. These are feature free. Are feature filled. Yeah, that's the DVD, the Toho one. I know, I got the Blu-ray. And I'm throwing to get on its own with like the Steelbook. So this one has an introduction by director Andy Sidaris. There's an audio commentary on her as well. There's a Andy Sidaris trailer reel, and there's behind-the-scenes features as well. So kind of cool. There's some excellent extra features on here. The Dallas Connection. This one has Sam Phillips, Julie Smith, Julie Strain, of course. She's in a lot of these films. Wendy Hamilton. There's a ton of people in this. It can't be right. I was just trying to read something there. But there we go, the Dallas Connection. Oh, don't think that's all. Yes, please don't forget to like if you haven't liked, subscribed, hit the notification bell. Really helps my channel a lot. And get some more stuff like this hopefully come my way. And this is Hard Hunted. This is another one of the Andy Sidaris films. So if you recently picked up the Vinegar Syndrome disc, L.A. Wars, then one of the lead bad guy actors in L.A. Wars is actually in this. He's in a few Andy Sidaris films. His name is Rodrigo Obregon. And so Bruce Penhall is in this one. He's in a few of those. Donna Spear, of course, Roberto Vasquez, A.J. Moore, Cynthia Brimhall, a ton of if you like sexy movies with lots of action, in both ways, you can take that term. You got to get yourself Hard Hunted. Actually, you got to get yourself the Andy Sidaris collection anyway. These are so good. Yeah. And we come with more Andy Sidaris. Aren't these like covers that like catch your eye? Another one with Julie Strain in here. And this one is Enemy Gold. And just so you know, every one of these here has introductions by Andy Sidaris. I think this one does too. Yep, and introduction, audio commentaries, trailers, behind the scenes featurettes. So you're getting like features on all these here. You can't get, there is no such thing, Scolder. That's too cheesy. I'm sorry. That doesn't exist in my world. These are really fun. If you've never seen an Andy Sidaris film, they're awesome. As far as I know, there are 12 Andy Sidaris films that have been put out on Blu-ray. They did a box set before, and they had 12 on that set, and there's been 12 that have come out on Blu-ray so far. And this is probably I think I like this cover best out of all of them, just the way that's done. But this is Fit to Kill. And again, a lot of these have just like recently come out. I'm pretty sure this one actually just came out this year. And again, we get like Donna Spear, Julie Strain's on there, Roberto Vesquez, you know, the ones that you see normally. Because basically there's a series of movies, like Special Agents Donna Hamilton and Nicole Justin are added again. Fit Kill's amazing. Right on the mirror. Just getting cool points. You got cool points right there. But it's better than Baywatch with guns. Also nudity. So there. You get that. And again, like introduction by the director, audio commentary, behind the scenes featurettes. So these things are like, because I know what you'll think a lot of times. Like a lot of the Millcreek stuff don't have features on them. Nowadays they do. And they're getting to have ones with even more features. So it's geek time. The set that started this all off, the one I couldn't find on Amazon because he kept sending me the wrong one. Like Acapulco Heat, if they took the clothes off. Exactly. So this is Ultra 7. As you know, I'm collecting the Ultraman series. These are the legacy sets. When you put them all together, you know, they make a big mural. I have Ultraman, Return of Ultraman, Ultra 7, and Ultra Ace. I got to get Ultra Q. That's the one I got left to get in the legacy sets. And I love these here sets. I'm a huge Ultraman fan. But what I had been missing out of the Ultraman stuff, what I had been missing was the newer stuff. And as you guys know, good friend with Heath from Serial at Midnight, and he talks a lot about Ultraman. Because I'm the old school Ultraman guy, and he's like been getting these sets, and he's been like he's been big on the new stuff. So he's really become an Ultraman fanatic. So which is cool to see somebody like kind of find a love for the character. So I didn't have any of the new ones until now. So here is Ultra. Oh wait a second. I got to stop with this. So by the way, see this here? This is just a slip box. On the inside of it, there will be a booklet. There's a different artwork. I'll be doing an Ultraman video in the very near future. So for those of you that like my Ultraman stuff, thank you. I really appreciate that. But what's really cool is see these slipcases? So normally you see a slipcase, you say, okay, that's going to have, you used to have an Ultraman figure, Paul? That is cool. So you get different artwork on the inside, and I really actually do appreciate that. Look at that. That is gorgeous. Now, each of these series is running around 24 to 25 episodes long, so it's a decent watch without like getting because you know a lot of the new Sentai stuff, that's Takatsu stuff, go like 50, 60 episodes, and like you know it's a big thing. But like this one here runs like 24 episodes long. Plus, at the end of every Ultraman series, they'd put a theatrical film out. So this here as the theatrical film as well. So Ultraman X, the theatrical film. And included with this, along with the series and the movie, is a digital code for the series and film as well. So really, really cool. Hey, Mussing. So if you've never checked out Ultraman X, definitely Definitely one to check out. But they didn't stop there, because this is the one that Heath raves about, the one he likes the best. And he said, I hope I haven't hyped it up too much for you. But I think, and this is some of the Millcreek employees connect with Ultraman distribution. I don't think so. I mean, like Ultraman before, like had like some dodgy releases, unfortunately, until Millcreek kind of took over doing Ultraman. Some of the Millcreek guys used to work with BCI, so that's the reason you're seeing the mural thing. Because basically, remember those old like He-Man and She-Ra sets that came out? The really nice ones, the really like thick ones with the art cards. And if you put them all together, it made a big like He-Man, She-Ra mural. Well, that's the same guys working on it. So this is Ultraman Orb. This is the one. So Heath, this is the one you told me is fantastic. Well, and again, we'll look at the artwork because I think it's utterly gorgeous. Like, who would not want to have something like that in their collection? Let's be honest. It's hefty too. This is like a 6-disc set. Don't let the slimline confuse you. This is the same heft as the big one. Thank you, Paul. Actually, I do love these here. Again, this one is 25 episodes plus the theatrical film as well, and of course the digital code, and it'll have like the booklet in here. And last but not least, because it's the last one that's came out, I think the next one is Ultraman RB. It's just going over to the new millennium. That's what we can do. That I like that idea. Like, ask Keith about that. Is Ultraman Geed. So Ultraman Geed's a really cool one. This is the one I think I'm going to like the best, to be honest with you. There's certain aspects of this that I'm super stoked about. And I've heard about Ultraman Geed. I love the artwork. I utterly adore the artwork on this. I think there's 2 Ultraman in this one. Like 2 guys have the power. Or one has like the good power and one has the bad power. He doesn't realize it. And this one again has 25 episodes and the theatrical film as well. Big thanks to Millcreek. Big thanks to Barrett Evans, who is definitely right now like kind of is the face behind Millcreek, and the guy that actually I was able to reach out to and get this stuff here. I had no idea that it would get this quantity and quality of releases. There are so many titles here that I'm excited to. Hey there, SJ. That I'm excited to look at. There are. I don't know where to start. I know that Mother May Sleep with Danger, as silly as that title is, that is definitely 100% going to be on my 31 Days Horror. No doubt about it. And I can honestly say nobody else is going to have that on 31 Days Horror unless they watch this video and decide to do it then. But there's a few titles here that I'm really going to look into. Some of these I'm going to be reviewing down the road as well. We're going to look into that. I do want to look into some of the Andy Sidaris stuff. The Action 10-pack as well has some stuff on there that I'm really intrigued about. And I love the fact that there's films here that you don't that you wouldn't expect. And there's a nice variety. I mean, we got like some drama, some action films, some cheesy films, some monster films, some Takatsu shows, some comedy, some TV films, some horror, a bit of everything. So it is an amazing package of films, and I couldn't believe it when UPS came to my door today and just knocked, and I was expecting a package like this, and I got a package like that over there. So I will be keeping you guys up to date on this stuff. I'll be doing a 50 movies from the 70s. I love those. They did like an 80s one too. I want to get the 70s one, and I want to get is there a 90s one? I want to get the 80s one because there's a lot of like kind of cheesy, like really cool, like stuff like Hunk and stuff like that. Got the Blind Dead Coffin set. Amy, that's an amazing set. I set a print now too, by the way. So good call on that one. So out of what I got here, which ones which one did you like best? Which one stood out most to you? And yep, I got a couple of the retro ones today. I do like these. I got Neighbors as a retro as well, and I got Vibes too, which is another one of the retro VHS ones. They're going to be doing more of these, by the way. So if you like these retro VHS covers, they're going to do more of these. The Blind Dead Coffin box set is the DVD. It's a really great set. It looks gorgeous and has a great kind of like magazine book into it that I really dug. And it's got like a documentary thing on like Armando de Sorio too. I got asked before what I thought about the Indicators film noir set. I'm very excited about that. That's something that I do want to get. I'm a huge film noir fan, so you're going to see like a lot of that style stuff in my collection. The action with the hot girls up here. You mean so you like your Nanny Sidaris guy? I would have thought that you would have went for the Ultraman, because after all, AME. Robert Harding's not here anymore, but I am sure that he would have set this one right here. Yeah, they have done some amazing Blu-ray transfers now. There's a huge... Millcreek has come a long way in a very short period of time. If you had seen like the early Millcreek releases and some of the stuff, like the 50 packs, like they were fun, and you would get stuff that you just couldn't find anywhere else. There was no Vinegar Syndromes back then, guys. There was no Severins back when Millcreek started putting out a lot of these films. They were like the only copies you could get, and you were so excited because you had like 50 movies, and some of them like quality would be varying back then, and you'd be like, how is this possible? That I get like 50 movies and like there's like Devil's whatever on there, and there's like there's Kathy's Curse and stuff like that. Three from the Indicator set are in the in the Millcreek Noir archives. Ooh, that's kind of interesting too. And there's another thing. I love Indicator, and I buy all their box sets. Now the thing is that if you let's say if you want to get into Hammer, you want to get into like some of the film noir stuff, and you can't afford, or you're just not sure if it's going to be your bag yet, not sure if it's going to be your jam. A good way to dip your toes in those waters is to go and grab some of those Millcreek sets, the double feature sets, to see, okay, I like this. This is my type of thing. Because you don't know. You don't know until you actually start watching it. I'm excited about the Chiller one too, I gotta say. Because I remember the series, but it's been so long since I've seen it. The best place to get Millcreek, well, here in Canada, well, you're in Canada, right? Sunrise Records is a good place to get them. I buy mine from Amazon because, everything's on Amazon nowadays. And if I'm correct, I think that Amazon and I think Deep Discount have like the exclusivity rights when it comes to the Ultraman stuff. I think there's one Ultraman called Birth of Ultraman, which is exclusive to Deep Discount. You can only buy it through Deep Discount, and it has an Alex Ross slipcover with it. So if you're an Alex Ross fan, that's going to be something that you're gonna want to look into. So one quick overview. I don't know. Actually, I've never tried to buy from Sunrise from online. I usually just go in there when I go in town. Do I have Herbie the Love Bug live action series? I didn't know this was available yet. I haven't seen it since it came out. So this is what I got today from Millcreek. 32 titles, which when you really think about it, like film-wise, like 2 of them are 10 films each. Some of them are double features. There's one that has 4 films on it. That's way more than 32 films. There are some choices on there that can make it to my 31 Days of Horror list, because one thing that I do like to make sure of when I do my 31 Days of Horror is I don't want to do it bland, and I don't want to do what everybody else is doing. I wanna make sure that I get some unique and different titles, some stuff that may have passed people by, and that's a huge thing. For oh, yeah, that's the thing. Actually, Ragman, you make a good point there. The box that was full. See, I brought the box upstairs to my better half. She was upstairs working, and I work downstairs. We're working from home right now. So I go upstairs and I show her and I show her the box, and she's like, "Oh," she said, she figured, okay, there'd be some padding there, and there's some padding there. It'd be like 10 films, 5 or 10 films. So, oh, more than you thought. And she thought like maybe 10 films, and she took the box and she's like, "It's filled. Like there's just like it's lined with films." And I was like, "I know, I can't believe it." So again, like, thank you, Millcreek, way above and beyond. So anybody that's ever had any doubts about like Mill Creek or their customer service or the way that they do things, uh, yeah, they've come so far, and I'm excited to watch some of those. I will be reviewing some of those. I'll be putting some lists up. One of these may make it onto to one of my Patreon lists. Actually, I got an idea. I have the movie called No Such Thing. I don't think I do. But I'm not sure if this is gonna be like a long video tonight, or I'm just gonna like cut it short here soon and make a video tomorrow. Because I want to do like an overall kind of a newsy type video tomorrow, where we'll look at all the new stuff that's been announced and releases and all that stuff. I'll give you an update on my 31 Days Horror. I do have an update on that, by the way. And I will be watching a film with my better half. We did watch one, and we're like, is this the one we're going to use? Excuse me, for our next I made my wife watch video. But we're not sure. So what we might do, so if you're a Patreon subscriber, look for a poll to be coming up very soon. If it's not here tonight, it'll be there tomorrow, where you're going to get to choose which movie she watches next. I'm going to keep some of my 30 Days Horror a surprise. I will announce some in advance. When Mother Mayhai, double feature, there you go. That's one. That's one. You know that one out of the gate. So that's one that I'm pretty sure is going to be on my 31 Days Horror. Faces of Fear. You should, Eric. It is a great set. I did a pre-order today actually. That I'm not gonna talk about it now, but I ordered a couple things. I even ordered. See, I got the Orb set, but I didn't have the Orb Saga, which is kind of like a prequel series to Ultraman Orb. So I ordered that today actually after I got this come, and I ordered something else, which I'm going to tell you guys about tomorrow. Anyway, my name is Aaron. I am super stoked. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I have a lot of movies to watch. In this last week here, so it's not going to print. Put a pin in that, Ragman, because I want to do a big video talking about that stuff tomorrow. I'm Mill Creek centric for this video, but we will be talking about all those things there, actually, recently, like in tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to do a big video. We're going to talk about all the big news, and but this was a quick unboxing video, because I want to go watch some movies with my better half, and I am starving. I haven't had any. I don't think I've had any supper yet or dinner. I bought Greco yesterday because he had a deal on, and that's what I had for breakfast. I had pizza and garlic fingers for breakfast, and I'm not going to lie, it's probably what I'm going to have for supper as well. Anyway, let me know if you're picking up any cool stuff from Mill Creek. I'll try to let you know, Charles, before I go on when I do. Keep an eye out if you're on my Instagram, for instance. Keep an eye out there, or my Twitter. One of those will have like the announcement. So I'll try to make sure like I give you like at least like a half hour to an hour before announcement. I did that today with this video here. He did all the stunts to film. I'm excited to check that out, by the way. Keep an eye out for that. Keep an eye out on my Patreon account for the poll that's coming up, so you guys can choose which movie I torture my better half with next, and that we review. With that being said, I can't go out of here like today, like I do with any other day, without shouting out my Patreon lovers, Patreon lovers, but we'll get shouting love to my Patreon supporters. Man, I am so fried today. It's been a long week, guys. Action Jackman, Brent, Brian from Just the Distant Pure Cinema Podcast, which you guys should be listening to. Dale Wilson, Dr. Mark Mad Scientist, JR62, Ryan, and Ryan number 3. You got your triple feature there. Shadow Price, Lisa Crow, Mary Sullivan, Drax, and you're right here, some. Thank you. I am going to go watch some Millcreek stuff, and I thank you, Warren, because you know what, I am actually, as you can tell, even before this, I've been a big fan. I've been a big supporter of the company and a lot of stuff that they do. So that's the next level. Actually, I have an idea. So, call to cinema, right? Patreon like supporters, the Crimson Cult. What do you think, guys? What do you think of that? I am Aaron. This is my movie library. You guys are the Cult of Cinema. You guys rock, and I will see you guys soon. Right here tomorrow, we're going to be talking about a lot of cool stuff, and I'll give you an update if I watched any of this stuff. We'll talk about any Arrow or Scream Factory news. We'll look at any releases or stuff, any indicator stuff that's coming out, any Millcreek, all the companies, all the cool stuff. See you tomorrow. I'm going to unmic myself and go get what I had for breakfast, pizza and garlic fingers, because, you know, healthy combination. Talk to you later, guys.